Sri Matre Namaha, Sri Rama Raksha Sarva Jagataksha. Before getting into the topic, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel so you motivate us in bringing out the sacred content to you all. I'm offering a paid consultation or guidance service through email. If you want to avail it, you can mail me at ybhairites@gmail.com. Today I'm going to talk about the cherry blossom grails, which is connected with the goddess Sakara, and how all these things happen and what all the grails, the cherry blossom triple flowering grails, will do, and goddess Sakara have helped us in understanding some more things about our ascension journey. Let's discuss everything about that. So now there is something called as axitonal lines. When you get into the ascension journey, when you activate your chakras and then you go into the higher stages of activating all the other things, your Hova bodies, and there are so many other things which are there in the process. And after that, when you come into an advanced stage of your ascension journey, you will be activating your axitonal lines. All these things happen step by step. So if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, subscribe that, because all those steps which I have experienced personally in my ascension journey, I've recorded it in the form of the audio and uploaded in the on my YouTube channel, and you can listen to all those things and you can understand how is this process going on, how the ascension journey happens. So everything which is connected with the chakras, the ley lines, the grids, the networks, and the axitonal lines also. Now I'm talking about the everything. So and the so many other things I've talked about the ascension journey. You can listen to all those videos and you can connect all your dots, which will help you in ascending further. So now after you come along into a long run, after you're in your ascension journey, there'll come a point in your advanced stages of ascension journey where you will also activate your axitonal lines. So these axitonal lines are like, we have like 12 axitonal lines. So one by one you will activate all your axitonal lines. I've made also the videos about the DNA strands. If you missed out on that series, go listen to that, because when you activate those DNA strands, you will receive certain kind of stories, or you will receive your own story or your own multi-dimensional stories when you activate your DNA strands. And what all stories are there which are connected with a particular DNA strand or those dimensions, I have recorded in the form of series. You can listen to that. So in that you will understand what is the story which actually happens in that dimension or that DNA strand, which will give you further clues. So I have told you before that we have to activate the chakras, we have to activate the DNA strands, we have to activate the dimensions, the Hova bodies. There are so many shields. Then after all these things, then will come the axitonal lines. So there are 12 axitonal lines. Out of these 12 axitonal lines, I'm going to particularly talk about the 7th dimensional axitonal lines, because the goddess Sakara is connected with so many other axitonal lines. But then what I felt was, now as of now, presently, whatever I'm understanding, whatever I'm experiencing, her work is more with the 7th dimensional recording. So that's why I have understood it in that way, and that's why I'm telling you that the goddess Sakara is the one who is connected with the golden Chris Templar 7D recording, and 7D is the dimensional frequency of the 7th DNA strand, and also the 7D is connected with the violet flame or violet color frequency. So whoever is receiving this violet color frequency everywhere, and maybe they have something to do with this. And also the 7th dimension is connected with the violet sun. There's so many suns in the different suns in the different dimensions. In one of my previous videos, I've told you that in my future I am going to talk about the different types of suns, and also if you missed out on those videos, go listen to that. In that I've mentioned about the different types of sun. I've made so many videos about sun also. Now I've made so many videos about sun, the 3rd dimensional sun, and all the other things which are related to the sun. You can watch all those videos. So now here there are different suns. There are different suns in the different dimensions and different universes, and also in the multiverse, and they are different frequencies of the different suns. And based on the color of the sun also, we can estimate that, okay, this sun is belonging to this universe or this frequency or this dimension. So like that. So there is violet color sun which is associated with the 7D decoding. So this violet color sun is under the 7D, and violet colors of all the goddesses which are connected with the violet color, all the archangels or the angels or the gods or goddesses who are connected with the 7D comes under the violet sun frequency, or all these frequencies which you can see has a 7D or pinkish color, violet color frequencies, which you are getting dark pink, magenta pink color frequencies. So all these goddesses or gods or the archangels or the angels who are connected with this kind of violet flame or violet frequency, they all come under the 7D sun. Okay, because now you all know that we always and always we describe a particular god or goddess like a they are shining like a bright thousand suns or something like that, right? We always compare them or describe them that they are shining like sun, they are like a sun, they are like life force energy and all those things. So that's why there are so many gods and goddesses and divine energies which are connected with the violet sun. So this golden crystal plant is connected with the violet sun, and also the Sakara goddess Sakara is connected with the Japan, and restoring her Atlantean emerald Edenic realm with cherry blossom triple flowering into her sophionic six-pointed star anchored in the Lincoln Memorial, Washington D.C. So now here the she is restoring this Edenic blueprint of the Atlantean emerald thing realms, and she is connected with the Atlantis first of all. So if you missed out on my videos on the Atlantis, go listen to all those videos on the Atlantis. If you are somebody from who is connected with the Atlantis, or if you have these Atlantean memories, you should definitely check out all my videos which I've made on Atlantis. So now goddess Sakara is connected with the Atlantis. She is the goddess who is restoring the Atlantean emerald Edenic realms with her cherry blossom grail. So now they are some of the starseeds who are connected with the cherry blossom grail. So they are the Sakara goddess. So they might be receiving the goddess Sakara, the information about her, or they might be actually receiving the flower, which is the cherry blossom. And this cherry blossom, this is a type of flower which blossoms in during the month of spring only. So this is the flower which is like a this is the flower which will transition, which stands out for hope, resilience and strength. And because this is the flower which blossoms during the month of the spring, and it is like a when you sow the seeds, and it is showing this flower shows the transition of the climate, which is from the winter weather to the spring weather. So whenever there is some kind of a transition is happening, and during the transition point this flower is blooming, so this blossoming of the cherry flower, and there is different types of the festivals also associated with the cherry blossom in the different Asian grids for like China, Japan, Korea, Taiwan. So all these mostly in the Japan and the Korea and Taiwan, these there the cherry blossom festival also happens during the month of spring, because that is the time where this beautiful cherry blossom you can see these flowers of the cherry blossom, and they look really very beautiful. I love actually the cherry blossom because they are very like as soon as the air comes and they just fall off, and they are very pinkish, and sometimes they are white and they are pink, and they are very beautiful to see. So there is also some kind of a whenever in some universities where the students study in Korea or Japan or the Taiwan, in those universities also whenever there is a cherry blossom which things happens, and you are in that beautiful university where the cherry blossom trees are there, and that is like an awesome experience and for anybody to have. And if you are from the Japan, or if you are from any of the East Asian countries, you can tell more about the cherry blossom in the comment section below. I personally love the cherry blossom trees. They are so awesome and they are so beautiful to see. So this cherry blossom grail, so some of them are very pulled to this kind of a flower or this kind of a cherry blossom places, or they might like to see or visit the places where where the cherry blossom bloom, or during that time of the spring they might want to go and spend the holiday during near the cherry blossom places and all these things, because maybe it is their calling. It's not just a flower, it is also having a divine frequency. It is carrying a divine frequency. That is the reason why it is the cherry blossom grail. Okay, there is an entire grail which is connected with the cherry blossom, and this is a part for every country, for every grid there is a particular kind of a flower. So this grid specifically, and also not every flowers are grown in all the parts of the world. There are only some flowers or some plants which grow in the particular climate and which in the particular environmental situations or the particular environmental conditions. So these cherry blossoms are particularly you can see this cherry blossom in the East Asian countries where China, Japan, mostly in the Japan, and also the Taiwan and Korea and all these places, North Korea, South Korea, you can see this cherry blossoms. So this there is a reason for it, because they carry that kind of energy that represents the goddess. Because every goddess in the world, they if you have for example lotus is for the goddess Lakshmi, and we all associated for Indian for us, for Indians, lotus is very much important because it is connected with the goddess Lakshmi, and we treat it like that, like something which is very precious. So same like that, each goddess, each feminine energy carries a particular kind of archetype. She has her own kind of energy signature. So this cherry blossom is also a particular kind of energy signature which goddess Sakara carries, and all her grail line or the lineage carries. Okay, so this is that. And then she is anchored in the Lincoln Memorial, Washington DC. I've told you there are two cathedrals. One is the Charles Cathedral, and then other is the Rosslyn Chapel. So there are two cathedrals which are connected with the Charles one is connected with the 6D, and the Rosslyn Chapel which is connected with the 7D. And this Washington DC Lincoln is also Lincoln, Washington DC. It is also connected with the 7D. So now you can check out if you are somebody who is into all this, and if you are somebody who is going through these kind of activations where you are releasing all the wing trauma. First you have to release all the wing trauma. I have made so many videos on how you activate your wings, how you release your wing trauma, and all these things are available on my channel. You can subscribe and listen to all those videos which are connected to the wings. I have particularly made videos on the wing activation. You can listen to all those videos. So whenever you heal and release all this wing trauma, and by the way, this wing activation, it happens in cycles. It doesn't happen in one go. It happens in cycles throughout so many years. So when you reach a certain point where you also activate and awaken and unite these two wings, which is the 60 wing and 70 wing, which is the Charles Cathedral and also the Rosslyn Chapel, and also you have to unite the Rosslyn Chapel and also the Lincoln Washington DC thing, because these two are also 70-70. So 71 why these two are there are two because the one carries one polarity, another carries another polarity. So you have to unite these two polarities. You also have to activate something, some 70 activations within you, wing activations within you, where for which the energy, the main energy point, the energy point of which is connected with the grid of the Washington DC. So every activations which you go through, so there is a particular place also on the earth where that energy transmission happens through that place. Maybe that used to happen before the infiltrations of the dark forces, or those particular places where those energy centers were present for the transmission of that particular kind of activations, which used to be happening before in the history, but now because of the infiltrations and the other things which the dark forces have done to those places, now those places maybe are not working the fullest of how they should be working, but then still the energy and the transmission happens through this kind of whenever you activate something within yourself, you will receive the information about that particular place or that particular energy point or the transmission point in the world. You might start receiving the information about it, or you might receive the synchronicities about it. You might actually go to that place for the worship or something like that. Some kind of a synchronicity or some kind of miracle will happen in your life where you go through that process of activating those things within you. So as a part of that, in the hologram also, maybe you will go visit those places, or maybe you will go travel to those places, or maybe you will receive them as a synchronicity, or maybe you will visit them in the astral. Through astrally you will go to those places and you will do astral travel to those places, or you will understand those places, or you might get downloads about these places. So whenever you get downloads about particular place or something, you might want to research about it, because that will help you in understanding what kind of activations are going through within your own body. So now this Lincoln, Washington DC is connected with the 70. So I told you Charles Cathedral and the Rosslyn Chapel. Charles Cathedral is 60 and Rosslyn Chapel and Washington DC thing is the 70. Whenever you go through these kind of activations, you might receive the information and synchronicities about these things. So now Goddess Sakara is also, this is the Golden Plus Templar. It has a part of the Golden Plus Templar recording. There is also a cosmic sun which is called as Ya Cosmic Sun, and it is connected with the peridot crystals. Peridot is a kind of a crystal, and it is some kind of a greenish crystal. So this crystal is connected with the Ya cosmic sun. I'm not going to talk about the crystal here now, because the maybe some other time I'll make entire series about the crystals. Let me know in the comment section below what kind of crystal, about what kind of a crystal you want to know, what kind of information you want about the crystal, and which crystal you want to know about, which crystal or which crystal is attracting you in your life. Let me know in the comment section below. Maybe if I get more comments about the particular kind of a crystal, I'll make a video on that kind of crystal, and I'll give you information about that crystal, or knowledge about that crystal, and what to do and how to work with that crystal. So now, here the original body of the mother of the Katari awakening happens in the because the goddess Sakara is the Katari mother of the Kataris, and the awakening of the Kataris happen here. And the Katar rose course with the green apple in the Ya Peridot Templar shield will happen, emanating through the global grid. Restoration of the Michael Merlin also will happen in the Golden Cross Templar recording, and also the solar dragon rod and the divine masculine awakenings will happen during this particular kind of activations. Whenever you receive all these things, it means that the Michael Merlin restoration is happening, and also the divine masculine principle of the solar dragon rod is activating, and also the amethyst wings in the ley line of the nodes of the complex are also activating. I've told you this 70 is also the color of the amethyst and violetish magenta color, and the amethyst wings might activate amethyst wing activations in the ley lines are happening whenever with the help of the goddess Sakara. And you might also receive this information about the activations of the wings, or the some kind of you might receive some movies where, or cartoon shows where the cartoon character is having those kind of wings, the amethyst wings, or the purple wings, or the violet color wings, some kind of a synchronicities, just to let you know that this kind of activation is happening within the grids or within your own personal crystal's body. So now the Christ Michael's solar dragon Ouroboros rings of the golden fire are united with the eye of the Taurus, the guardian of the east and west axis. So now here the I have made some videos about one current energy video, where I have told you that how the divine father is helping in restoring the golden DNA template, and that is also connected with this because the golden Seraphim races, the Seraphim races, maybe because Seraphim races before in the history, they were like they have damaged their entire so much of their DNA template, and now the cosmic divine father have done so many things in restoring that the golden DNA template of the Seraphim races, and they are helping in the restoration of the golden flame, and I mean with the help of the golden flame, they are helping in the restoration of the DNA template of the gold, or the races which are connected with the gold. Okay, so now these because about this I've made one entire video on current energy video about the message of the cosmic, because on that I have given the title like the message of the cosmic father, something like that. In that I've clearly explained everything about how the divine father is restoring the golden DNA template of the Seraphim races. You can watch that, because that is very much connected with the horizontal lines, and also the rod, and also the things happening in the things which are going to happen in your so much of the ascension journey. So that is very important to know. So this golden fire is also connected with the golden DNA template, so that also you have to know. That's the reason why I've remembered about that video. So now here the eye of the Taurus, I'll make a video about the eye this Taurus, because the Taurus is one of that sign which is connected with the 4 royal stars. In my future videos I'll talk about the 4 royal stars also. So if you are interested, you can hit that notification bell so you don't miss any update about all these things. So this is the guardian of the east and west. So basically, so the east and west points, here there is a time portal. I mean, I have to explain about the time mechanics also, how the cosmic clock of the eons work. When I explain about the cosmic clock of the eons, you will understand more about this. But as of now, you can remember that this is the correction is happening in the east and west axis through the royal star of the Aldebaran into the Antares. So in one direction there is Aldebaran, the other direction is the Antares. So this axis of from the Aldebaran to Antares, the east, from east to west, that kind of changes are happening through this so solar dragon wings, horizontal rod, golden dragon, Ouroboros rings, all these things are coming online or getting activated. And also the amethyst crystal heart awakening also happens, and the violet vapors for the elemental re-encryption within the vertical solar crystals pattern in order to resurrect herself fully through the magnetic properties of the female staff architecture forms into universal arc body. So now when because of this axis of the horizontal and all these activations happens, so the female have to have space within her or hold on to that space where all these elemental re-encryptions and the she have to the female principal have to go through the like so many corrections where that principle, the female principal of the vertical line, can embody this, can hold on to that space for resurrection of the. So when she is in the full embodiment of the her vertical staff, she can hold on that space for the horizontal rod too. So now this re-encryption of the elemental which happens, and through her magnetic properties, this will happen, and then the wallet wings to in order to ignite the wallet wings, the 7D rod holders, the code of the wallet sun. So these are all who are the those of them who are the 7D rod holders and the who are connected with the wallet sun and the wallet flame. For them, maybe they are receiving all this kind of information. So in order to ignite all these things, there might be people who are the who might be 7D rod holders in which this ignition of the wallet wings will happen. So now the silver hara also get activates. Then silver hara crystal portal begins to activate as our monadic spirit enters in order to seat beneath our navel. So whenever the silver hara activates, what happens is when your silver hara activates, you are giving space for your monadic spirit body to enter into you in your navel area. So your monadic spirit body will be seating in your navel area. So when it seats into your navel area, resetting of the umbilicus will happen, and the correction of the silver cord position will also happen. Realigning of the silver cord position will also happen. In my previous videos, I've made one video about the umbilicus resetting. So do listen to that one, because you have to reset your umbilicus. Your umbilicus is not in the right position. So as soon as somebody enters into your biological birth, the umbilical cord is not in the right divine order. So they have to, whenever they enter into the ascension journey, they have to realign the umbilicus in alignment with the divine order. So there you in your later stages of your awakening journey, when you get into the advanced stages of your awakening journey, there will come a point where you will go through the umbilical reset process. And I've also explained so many things about the umbilical reset in my previous videos. If you did not listen to that, go listen to that. Maybe in future also I will also make some more videos about the umbilical reset, where I'll explain you how to do that and what will happen when you do the umbilicus reset and all these things. So now in the this will reset the umbilical reset, the correct position of the umbilicus will reset the inner biological clock shield that changes your physical direction in life. What do you mean by this? The physical direction of the life means whatever you want to do, whatever your life purpose is, whatever the direction in which you have to go through as a part of your divine mission or as a part of your Christos mission, that will get activated when this happens. Okay, so that is very important for any of the being who is in the ascension journey. After all, we are for that only, right? So this is the most important task, where after all these things you will have a direction and you will understand in which way to go. So now this activates your unique spiritual blueprint, mission, and also reorients your northern position for when it's divine right time to leave the body. So now after all these activations, you're not only you're activating your silver hara, you're activating your monadic spirit, and your monadic spirit is entering into is seating into your navel, where your silver hara is there, and then you are activating your a direction in life where you will understand what is your purpose and what you have to do, what is your mission here on earth. And after this, you will also correct yourself in the northern position. Northern position is the 12th position, 12 number. So where you will, after all your Christos mission, you will also understand when you will leave the body. For example, there are so many sadhus and siddhas, and there are so many enlightened beings. You might have heard about so many enlightened beings in the history. They know when they will leave the earth. They will know when they will when it's their time to leave this planet or leave the body. So that is the actual meaning of this, that you will know that what is your purpose. You will know when you are going to leave the body, when you will know when you are going to exit the body. So all these things will happen when you activate all these things, when you go through these kind of activations. So monadic activation phase will begin to connect into the horizontal layers of the telluric shield, and silver hara begins the unification of 7D, 8D and 9D mental bodies upon timelines activate on the third harmonic universe, which contain the spiritual extensions of the unique monadic family. One is the your you will understand that your telluric shield layer, and then your 70, 80, 90, this will come under the one lower body, and your telluric shield will, when your telluric shield will activate, and all these mental bodies will unite together, forming a telluric shield. There are different types of shields, basically. So this shield, which happens with the unification of the mental body and your silver hara line, is called as telluric shield. So when this timeline activates, your third harmonic universe comes online, which contains spiritual extensions of your unique monadic family. You will invite your monadic family into your life, or maybe your monadic family will come and into your 3D life, or this kind of manifestation process will happen because you are actually firstly you are aligning with your monad, and your monad is sitting within your body. So as a result of that, maybe you will reflect that, and you will attract the monadic families in your hologram. So when the consciousness bodies are integrated and merged, the horizontally mental aspects of the trinity activate. Now the higher sensitive body functions begins now. So what are the higher sensitive body functions? There are different types of the higher sensitive body functions. I'll explain about these body functions one by one in my coming videos. So now you will have the ability of the shape shifting ability, and which is the, and you can take the change, you can take the shape of the different thing, you can have like a different expressions of yourself, basically. So you can have like a shape shifting ability, where you might look the way you want, or you might look in a certain way, or you might change the way you're looking. All these things will happen during this process, and which is the process of molecular transmutation ability, and to project one's consciousness into other dimensions and spaces. So here you will maybe now the shape shifting is not like happening completely on the 3D. It means that you can take a form of an orb, maybe astrally, or in the dream space, or in the meditative space. Maybe you will take you are a physical body here, right? You are a physical, like a human form. You have a physical human form. Maybe in the higher dimensions, when you go through all the 15-dimensional time matrix, I made one video about the 15-dimensional time matrix. You can listen to that. When you activate all these dimensions, what will happen is, in the higher dimensions, you will see yourself as a form of an orb. This is my personal experience. I have seen myself in a form of an orb, or a color body, or some kind of a different shapes, maybe some patterns, or some kind of a light patterns. So when you are in the physical 3D reality, you are looking into a certain form, but in the higher dimensions, maybe that form will also disappear, and you will see yourself in the form of shapes. It's very difficult to explain, but when one goes through it, they will understand it maybe very clearly. But then it is like you will shapeshift. You will not be looking like a physical human. You might look like a light, you might look like an orb, you might look like some kind of a pattern, you might look like some kind of a flower pattern, you might look like some kind of a mandala. That's what happened to that's what we will understand through the stories of the gods and goddesses also. Like you might listen to all my Mahavidya videos, or the videos in which I've talked about the yantras, right? So there, what will happen? They have the form, they have a form, and they have a 2D representation, and they have 3D representation. They have the yantric representation, they have sound representation, they have different types of representation, and all that are that of that goddess only. So she might be in the form also, she might be in the yantra form also, she might be in the sound form also. So there are different forms to one particular energy or consciousness. So when you are in the higher dimensions, maybe your consciousness might not look like a physical body. It might look like some kind of orb, or some kind of a yantra, or some kind of a different shape, and that shape or that consciousness can project into different dimensions and space. So that is what it means. And then here the 70 external lines on is on the left hand ring finger. So your left hand ring finger is the place where your 70 external lines is there. Okay, and golden Chris Templar, or whenever this recording happens, so that is like it's like a channel, it's like a nervous system where your it will be connecting from your the left hand ring finger to your entire body. So it is like a channel or the nerve or something which is a thread or something like that, which is like a starting from your ring finger to, and it is like a distributing, and it is joining to the entire other systems of your or other external lines also. So this is the one of the external line which is starting from your left hand ring finger, and also the golden light with the ruby pink roses and the tri-wave form of the xenon sparkles of the silver and gold, copper, rose gold, metallic twinkling colors. All these things you might experience when you go through these kind of activations running throughout your body. Imagine a blue spark and a pink spark and also the dark rainbow violet spark, and all these ignite within your higher heart centers. So all these things, whether it might be blue spark, it might be pink spark, or it might be dark rainbow violet spark, all this will ignite in your higher heart chakra. And also the peridot sun, I told you about the peridot sun, and peridot sun is also connected with this, and green apples are also connected with this. You might whenever you go through these kind of activations now, or maybe in the future, you will see green apples, or you will see cherry blossom grails and the flowerings, and also the jade pearl activations will also happen in this process. Jade pearl is very important because in the East Asian side, jade is very important. Jade is something which is very it's very unique, and I've seen myself personally that if there is some kind of a traditional or cultural ceremonies which happen, people gift each other jade, and people also have worn jade. Somebody who is very maybe somebody who is very abundant, and somebody who is or maybe it is just a part of the culture that jade is very precious. So for example, in some countries gold is very precious, right? So in some countries it's like jade is like something which is very special, or jade is something which is very ceremonial or cultural, something like that. So jade pearl activations, in my starting of the video I've told you that there are some kind of flowers or some kind of crystals which shows the cultural heritage, which shows the richness and the culture of that grid. So this jade and also the cherry blossom or green apples are the part of that cultural heritage, or the divine heritage, or the divine blueprint, or the energetic signatures of the material signatures of that goddess, or that particular energy, or that particular frequency. So whenever you see these things as a part of a synchronicity, it means that you are receiving this kind of energy. So now the 9D Palladorian bridge system is also there. It is converged in the Osaka, Japan, and surrounded by the mountains on the three sides. I've told you, right? You will have the three sparks, which is dark violet spark, and the blue spark, and the pink spark. So right. So these sparks are themselves are like a mountains around on the three sides of this Osaka, Japan, converged into the Osaka, Japan. What are those three? These three sparks, and these three sparks are also connected with the three bridges, which is white rainbow arc bridge, and also the ruby rainbow arc bridge, and also the dark matter bridge with the holy white swan coding. So whenever you receive the information about the white rainbow arc bridge, or the ruby rainbow arc bridge, and the dark matter rainbow arc bridge, all these things, and 9D Palladorian bridge system, all these things are connected with the, whenever you receive information about all these things, these three bridges are on the three sides of the Osaka, Japan, which are surrounded by the mountains, mountain like structures. So these three bridges and also the holy white swan coding will also happen during the this kind of a cherry blossom grail activations, or whenever you receive the golden Chris Templar 7D recording, or external line recording, or whenever you're activating or trying to understand the bridges which are there, all these things will happen. So this is all about the Sakara, goddess Sakara, and also the violet sun, and also the bridges, and also we have talked so many important things in this video about so many other things. So this is basically the cherry blossom grill. I hope this will help you in some or the other way. So whenever you go through these activations, or you will experience all these things, and maybe it is not just for one time, and you might go through this kind of a thing, or you might come across this kind of information maybe for several years. Okay, so this is a process of years, maybe sometimes, or maybe maybe whenever you come across that kind of activations, or whenever you receive this kind of energy, you will go through, or you will try to understand all this information. That's the reason why I will help you in understanding this kind of information. So thank you so much for tuning in. Sri Rama Raksha Sarva Jagat Raksha, Sri Matre Namaha.